Hey everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Saturday, December 16th and Sunday, December 17th, 2017. Okay, I'm going to give you the horoscope for both days since I did not give you yesterday's alone. I'm also going to ask all of you if you could just have patience with me for the next month. I think I'm going to be making a lot of changes in the next month, not in my channel, just in my personal life, especially as I work some issues out with my job. I think this is going to be the week that I'm going to try to start some of those conversations going on. Plus, it's the holiday season and I will be gone all week next week at home. I'm from Georgia originally and all my family's living there right now. So I'll be there for an entire week. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with my dailies, with my horoscopes, and a lot of what is going on there, okay? Just know that I do plan on doing my horoscopes and I do plan on doing my dailies long term, especially when I get back and really committing to this channel. It's just I think I'm gonna need a month to make some big changes to get everything in order before I can start to be more regular. I know I feel so bad. I'm not regular with my horoscopes. There's so many of you, especially for readings, that I haven't gotten back to because I don't know what to tell you all. I'm like, my schedule just doesn't look like it's gonna let up anytime soon. And I think especially with this new moon coming in, I'm just gonna try to get it all done. So I'll try to do my horoscopes if I can for you. And if I can't, I appreciate you for understanding. And I hope that you will hang in there with me until next January, the beginning of February, for me to get myself together and work everything out. All right, so that's what I want to say there. And now I'm going to go into the horoscope and do it for both days. All right, yesterday, to be honest, Saturday here was a kind of a slow day, not too much going on happening. This moon just wasn't making that many aspects, and it's in a dark moon. So when the moon's in a dark moon, I think I mentioned this a little bit in my last horoscope, it's more internal. It's a preparation. Like, we're preparing for what's to come. We feel something coming, but it hasn't quite happened yet, and we're trying to get right inside to make sure that we're okay with the new thing. And so I think that's what is definitely going on here with the dark moon. The moon also being in Sagittarius yesterday and today as well, getting ready for the new moon, which will happen tonight. To bringing more of that internal energy, maybe us getting anxious here about something new, some big new commitment that we're working on, that it is that we need to do. And of course, with this new moon near Saturn, this being a major commitment, this being a major life chapter change that we're trying to work out, that we're trying to step into, that yesterday and today we're finally preparing for. We're finally like almost there. We're like almost there, almost gonna make it happen. And I think that's what was going on yesterday and into most of today, really trying to prepare for all of that. I think yesterday what was going on is we had the moon as we were preparing, being internal for this major new commitment, a new beginning in our life to do something we have not done before. I think yesterday night, the first aspect the moon made the whole day was at 4 o'clock at night yesterday. I think there could have been some confusion with the moon in a square to Neptune, us trying to do something new that we know we need to commit to, that I've been talking about for a very long time, or to make sense of our life in some new ways. And I think last night we could have been confused about it, uncertain about this new thing, not feeling quite comfortable here as we're preparing to make some big changes or to make some big commitments in our life that are going on. I think that could have come up, and really having to sit with some of those feelings. I think as we were having to sit with some of those uncomfortable feelings though, or some of that confusion, also with the moon on top of Mercury, excuse me, doing lots of thinking as well about some new thing that you're doing, even if you are confused about it, even if it is uncomfortable, and trying to figure out how you can still do the new thing and still make it happen, even if it doesn't feel quite right. All right, the moon here also on top of Mercury, and at the same time in a square or in a trine with the North Node in Leo, saying if you can, last night, saying that if you can keep thinking about this new thing, even if it's uncomfortable here and even if it's confusing. And if you can try to use that confusion to better clarify your plans to do something new, that it's going to help you in a really big way to open some doors here, to be happier in life, to show more of your heart, and to start to lead your life in a much better direction in some way. But really needing to overcome the confusion here, to get some insight about your life, to continue doing some new thing before you can start to feel better in a big way, which was going on yesterday and into this morning, since that happened at midnight. All right, so that's kind of what we come into the day with today. Confused about life, about some new big commitment that we need to do, that we're on the verge of making, that we're preparing for, but still knowing we need to do it anyways, and still trying to figure it out. How can we overcome some of the confusion? How can we do what we need to do and feel more comfortable with it so that we can unlock some of the doors? Okay, then we come into today. I'll erase the chart just to give you a clean break between today and yesterday. And then we come into today, and at, when is this? 11 a.m. this morning, which obviously has already passed, since by the time I upload this video, it will be much later than that. The moon comes into a conjunction with Venus. So as we're thinking about some new thing that we need to do, maybe a little confused about it, but trying to find clarity here so that we can move our life in the right direction, I think relationships become a much bigger thing today. Thinking about relationships, thinking about money, thinking about what we need to do in life in order to be comfortable and in order to get our relationships and our money on board with us so that we can start to feel much better, becomes a really big thing going on. But after we've been thinking about these relationships for much of the day, trying to figure out what's going on with other people, how other people and money can support what we're doing, the moon then comes into kind of like a little bit of a hard spot at 7 p.m., which is around the time I'll probably get this uploaded online, where it squares Chiron and it trines Uranus. And this is also, just so you know, the same spot that Venus is going to be in for the beginning of the week. Venus is moving in here, bringing up some hard feelings. And these hard feelings are going to be about, again, feeling uncomfortable about some new thing that you're doing here in some way, not feeling quite right about it here, but at the same time getting really impatient with these same old stories, getting really impatient with the same stuff that's always gone on, and wanting to break free in a big way. All right, because this square to Chiron and trine to Uranus is not new. I've been talking about this for like the past 2 or 3 months, because Saturn like came through this spot and like stayed on it for a little bit. We've had a whole bunch of other planets. Mercury went back and forth over this spot. So there's been a lot of uncomfortable things going on in life that I think we're just tired of dealing with. The moon also, the new moon also within 2 degrees, you know, coming in here. So I think towards the end of the night, as we start to prepare for this new moon, which is going to happen at 10 p.m. Utah time tonight, I think there's some uncomfortable feelings coming up that we want to break free from in a really big way. I think we're starting to think a lot about our future. I think we know we need to move into new chapters, that new things are coming. I think we're confused about it. I think we're hurt about it. But I think this is the time, especially with this new moon at Saturn 29 degrees, where you're like, just forget about it. Like, I need to do it. Even if it hurts, I need to move forward. I need to overcome some of these things and step into these new chapters, okay, happening. And I think after sitting all day, or for a big part of the day, feeling some uncomfortable feelings about life, feeling some confusing feelings about something new that you need to do that doesn't feel quite right, and having faced some of these same things over and over and over again, some of these same fears and concerns, I think finally at the end of the day with this new moon, we're like, you know what, we have to overcome this, we have to move forward, we have to get over this, we have to step into these new chapters and this new beginnings. We have to move forward on them, even if they hurt, even if they're uncomfortable, even if they're confusing, and we have to really break free in a really big way to just do it all and to just make it happen. And I think that's what's going on, and I think this whole day is a big preparation for that. You're feeling all these uncomfortable feelings you've been feeling the past few months or so, maybe even longer, and everything coming back to you like play by play, like right in front of your face, so you can say, am I going to keep doing this? Are these things still going to keep hurting? Or am I going to move forward? Am I going to push through this? Am I going to do this? And I think really needing to use any hurt feelings that you have to propel you forward to break free from some old situations that are no longer serving you, that are no longer working for you, and to move forward. That's to me just what the whole thing is about today. I've been talking about some new big thing coming for a really long time, some big new commitment in life that we need to make to something new, and today is it. The new moon, 10 p.m. at night, Utah time, is when you need to move forward and you need to overcome anything that's hurting you and just commit to doing it and to making it happen. Being a thing, okay? And then after the moon comes up for this new moon here with the sun, really pushing you in a really big way to overcome some ruts and move forward. The moon's then going to conjunct Saturn at midnight, where it will be tomorrow, making you very serious about this new thing. So whatever thing you're thinking about today that's hurtful, that you know you need to commit to, with the moon conjunct Saturn here tonight and into tomorrow, it's going to make it a thing. Are you going to commit to this? Are you going to keep doing it? Are you serious about this? And it's going to give it staying power, and it's going to give it really long lasting power to make this happen. And so I think what's going on at the new moon is we're trying to overcome some old things, make sure that this is what we really want now to move forward, so that we can hold on to it and move forward and just do it and make it happen. Okay, so that is what is going on. Mercury also in retrograde, which is interesting. I talked about a lot of this in your weekly horoscopes I'm about to upload. But even though there is this new big beginning that's going on here, doing something new you haven't done before, with Mercury still retrograde for most of this week, there's still more details you're trying to learn, still more details you're trying to figure out, still more things you're trying to get into place, okay? So it's a weird thing this week where it's like you're doing something that's new and you're committing to it, and by the end of the week, as things start to change, you're going to feel it big time. But for the first few days of the week as well, still trying to get accustomed to this new thing that you committed to, that you're serious about, still trying to make sure that everything is in order so that you can move forward on it. And I think it's all starting to come together, and I think this is the moment, now that the new moon is going to happen tonight, to say, okay, doing it, okay? This is happening. All right, if this is happening, let me make sure everything else is in order and that everything else catches up so that I can go there. And that's, to me, what it is about. And then, of course, Saturn, I believe tomorrow, is going to move into Capricorn here, changing your life. Totally different chapters here, where it becomes about taking this new thing that you're committing to here at this new moon and really beginning to build on it in whatever way it's come to you, whatever's happened, for better or for worse. Whatever thing comes to you at this new moon that you have to commit to, it's going to be defining for you for the next 2.5 years. It's going to set the foundation for you to build on it and to move forward with it. And I think we're trying to make sure, while Mercury is still retrograde at the beginning of this week, that everything is worked out so that we can start to move forward on it in the best way. Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about there. The only other thing I'm going to talk about for today, since every other thing that's happening, the moon touches. Like, the moon covers everything that's going on in the chart, that's been going on in the chart, mostly for like the past few months, replaying, like I said, replaying the past few months in front of your eyes. So I'm not going to talk about all of that, but I am going to talk here about Jupiter, also in a square to the nodes, saying as you're committing to something new and doing some new thing, okay, and really moving forward on it in a big way, even if it's uncomfortable, so you can start to build on it, needing to make sure you make some of the changes to let this new beginning in, to make this new thing happen. You know, I think a lot of times we like to think of like a clean break and a clean ending, like, okay, new thing, done, going on it. And I think when you get an arrangement like this, where you have Mercury retrograde and you have Jupiter in a square with the nodes, it's saying yes, some new beginning, move forward on some new thing, but you still have to tweak some things in order to get there. You still have to loosen the grip from the old life in order to get to the new. You still have some details to work out before it is that you can commit to that thing. And I think today, needing to make sure as you're making these commitments here, as you're moving forward, that you're making sure everything is being done right, that you're retrieving some things maybe from the past that you need, or maybe that you're cutting ties as well from the past, making sure that you're moving forward and making sure that you're paying attention to what is happening deep inside you and any changes that you need to make so you can more fully step into this new chapter by the end of the week, okay? Because at the end of the week, all of these planets that are here at the very last degrees of Sagittarius right now, Venus, Sun, and Saturn, are going to move into Capricorn by what? next Saturday, and that's going to make it a lot harder for you to make some of the changes that you need to make in regards to the big picture, in regards to where you see your life going. Okay, you will still be able to make changes to your plan and to your reputation, with Jupiter going to be in a sextile with Capricorn for the next 8 or so months. But this is the last time that you're going to have to make the biggest changes to the big picture overall of what's going on. The strategy can change. The strategy will change. How you do these things that you're committing to now will take different shapes and different forms, and how you use these things to reach the reputation and the social standing that it is that you want. But the big vision for your life, the thing that you're aiming for, the big picture, is going to be a lot harder to change after the first few days of this week, and really needing to make sure that you get everything in that you want to get in here, so that you can move your life in the best direction possible and put yourself in the best place possible for you to build on this stuff moving forward. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say there for you. Now your card for the day is the Knight of Wands reversed. Could be a little lack of passion that is coming in today that I'm doing this for, the 17th. Not feeling quite right or excited about some things, feeling like your plans are a mess. This to me is Sun and Sagittarius, the moon, Venus, all in the square here to Chiron coming in. And I think what's going on here is that you need to be okay if your passions are a little bit tempered. Be okay if you're not as excited about life, or if you're scared with what's happening here, because things are changing in a big way, and it's okay. And I think you need to be patient, and you need to be all right with things not being super exciting and super happy all the time, because they will be later if you just sit with it all now, let it work in you, okay, and take care of some of the uncomfortable stuff so that you can find that excitement and that passion once again later on. All right, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.